Hello everyone, and today we are taking a look at Extinction. It's out April 10th for the Xbox, the PC and PS4. Now this is the third-party action game from Modest Games, and Iron Galaxy Extinction has you leaping around like looking landscapes, hacking the heads of young enemy attackers. And of course there is a story in the somewhere as well, but does that sound a little bit female? Well, it probably should, because Attack on Titan 1 and 2 were built on the same premise, which is using slingshots and giant man beasts and monkey bar your way across the game level like a boss rush decapitation title, but here you remove the creepy big-headed humans and replace them with orcs that wear different types of armor that require different strategies to defeat. Let's see how it did. Showy as always. If you like the video, maybe subscribe. So here's my review for Extinction. Look, no heads, the life end time of an orc invader, and what's left in a game when you remove big, very ranked main graphics. Our first Extinction has a very cartoony look, almost a cross between, say, Fortnite and World of Warcraft, and I really do enjoy this, where it looks almost nothing gets lost in the picture with well-defined and saturated colors and designs overall, and they are big and bold and British. And you can see that the first time you see one of those that's reminding revenue which the Koreans moonwalk through your homeland with a giant cardboard mask on his face and brace on his ankles made out of fiery brambles. You are probably gonna say to yourself, okay, most likely I'm only gonna see that one time in my entire life, and I love the way the sense of scale feels in the game. Each one of these creatures teleports into a region with a massive roar, and running off, flying up to them to see what you are gonna end up facing is probably one of the better elements of the games, along with your attacks, regardless of the fact that there are not that many when you are slingshot in from building to building and then drop into a jackal group and start wailing away. I really did like a lot of the animation. It is a somewhat low gravity affair, so that we have become accustomed to I think nowhere that top games like this with air uppercuts with swords followed by 70-20 tumbles all drawn really well. Of course, these guys are giants, you have a sword and your job is to kill them before they level the entire planet, and that brings us, of course, that's all destruction in the game. One of the first things you are gonna notice is when a building gets flattened by gravity. It's almost got this ripping look, and it's less like the constructed blocks we have seen in other games where everything looks like it was great in LEGO software suite before being imported into the game engine. Well, currently and artist choices, I actually thought it was well done here, but while I like the destruction there were other elements I didn't. For example, I'm not a big fan of the normal enemies designs. Now I really dig some of the Ravenny who apparently shop it want to leave, and are plus showing up as fantasy creatures that look like someone took a Phrygian Bedazzle to him before sending him out to attack you. The real issue here though is that there is a little variation in everything: the normal enemies and the big ones, even the locations, the cities, the deserts, small towns of landscapes of all types have this generic random creation feel to them that you can see right away, which of course is not that surprising because that is actually what occurs in here, but in a bit to make the movement through the game world fast and seamless. The location are left looking like someone placed a bunch of card houses on a Warhammer 400 desert table mount, called it good. There's nothing to really solidify the location as places the people live. In fact, there's a couple boxes and a couple empty stalls here and there and some trees, but it really does hurt the atmosphere when they try to tell you that this is important for you to save these people who lived here for thousands of years, and you show up and it looks like a bunch of temporary housing. Also in a game like this with fluid movement in game enemies, you are gonna want that the camera to be excellent. In here it has some serious issues, continues with a number of times I lost myself in air, rewind his arms and legs, with the camera flipping and flopping around and hoping disappearing to see a bright red icon somewhere that in Dyson's house in Nerby was susceptible to my special attack before I was uncomfortably just out of the Gian's body and flung back to the ground. It's incredibly old and it's almost like closely direction is not one in some places. It was really bothersome, and of course a game like the performance is gonna be paramount for your enjoyment, and on a PC with the current i5 or even less than i5 and 1980 you can easily see 16 FPS with all the settings at ultra. The game runs incredibly well, and on the PC I never saw a hint of any real actual issues. Then when it comes to the console, take this into account. If you buy and the game actually runs at 13 FPS regardless of the resolution, I was a little bit surprised by this and actually thought that maybe there was a problem with the system. If there is some kind of patch comes out, I will certainly but it in the comments, but its phone should probably watch for that. As a complete package, graphically Extinction runs well. The environments themselves I would say are really interesting, but the replication and overall middleman makes the game feel like it never does anything to really elevate itself. Sound music and voice yourself off and get back in there. Thanks for watching, subscribe to my channel, goodbye, and I wait you in next video.